Good evening. So in this video we are going to discuss the root locus concept. So in the previous classes we have discussed the routes table and RH criteria. So the purpose of RH criteria is to know the stability condition of a control system, and the root locus is also used to know the stability condition of a control system. So basically a root locus is a diagram. It is a plot of something. Okay. So we will see what is that something in this particular video, and we are confining the discussion to the basics of root locus. We are not going to see the construction methodology, or we are not going to take any example. Okay. So a root locus is a plot of poles. Okay, this is a path of pole. Let's consider an example. We have a open loop control system. Let's take this example. So we have open loop control system with a gain of g of s. So we can see that there is a system with g of s, but when we give a feedback it becomes a closed loop control system. Okay, and we can calculate the transfer function of closed loop control system, so which is in this case g of s by 1 plus g of s. Now the denominator, what is the denominator of the transfer function? 1 plus g of s. Now the roots of that the roots of that particular equation, we call them as poles. Okay, now what we are doing is we are going to plot the path of poles, and we are changing the gain of the open loop transfer function. Okay, so what is here? G of s is the open loop control system. G of s is the gain of it's not gain, it's a transfer function of open loop control system. Okay, and it is being multiplied by k, as you can see in the figure. Here k is being multiplied with the transfer function, so we can take that k as gain. Okay, now what we are doing is we are trying to vary this k from 0 to infinity. That time what will happen to the poles? The poles will change, the value of poles becomes changes, and we are trying to plot the path of those poles. Okay, this is what a root locus is. Okay, so let me repeat again. What we are doing is we are taking a open loop control system first, and then we are giving a feedback, so it becomes closed loop control system. So we are changing the gain of open loop control system, and at that time the the poles of closed loop control system will vary, and we are plotting those closed loop control systems poles. Okay, so this is what a root locus is. Okay, let's see. As I told you, the purpose of this root locus is to know the stability of closed loop control system, and here as I told you we are going to utilize the open loop transfer function, and here basically I have taken g of s, and here h of s is a 0, but in general case there need not be an unity feedback, there can be any non-unity feedback. That time we can take h of s. Okay, but in that example unity feedback is considered. Okay, now let me read. The root locus is the locus or plot of roots of characteristic equation by varying system gain k from 0 to infinity. That is what we discussed so far. And here the characteristic equation of closed loop control system, in that figure the characteristic equation is 1 plus h of s, but in general there will be a unity, there may not be a unity feedback. That time the characteristic equation becomes 1 plus g of s into h of s equal to 0. Now this g of s into h of s may be written as a p by q form. Okay, p by q form. In that case the numerator polynomial we have taken n of s, and denominator polynomial d of s. Remember the d of s, if we take d of s equal to 0, we are going to get the poles of open loop control system. Okay, now let us continue the discussion. Now as I told you, the characteristic equation is 1 plus g of s into h of s equal to 0, and this g of s into h of s may be written as p by q form, and we are substituting in that equation, which gives us d of s plus k into n of s equal to 0. Remember, d of s is the denominator polynomial of open loop control system. Similarly, n of s is numerator polynomial of open loop control system. Now, as I told you, we are going to plot the path of poles of closed loop control system by varying gain, right? So we are changing the value of k from 0 to infinity. So case 1, we are considering k as a 0. So if k is 0, that is the beginning point of the root locus. Yes or no? That is the beginning point of the root locus. Now if you take k is equal to 0, in the above equation we are going to get d of s equal to 0. So what is d of s equal to 0? So d of s is denominator polynomial of open loop control system. Okay, so d of s is the denominator. If we make that equal to 0, we are going to get certain values for s, which are the poles. Yes or no? So the root locus is starting from the open loop poles. Understand? So this is a crucial thing in root locus. So what is the beginning point of root locus branch? So the beginning point of root locus branch is open loop pole. Okay, remember, there may be multiple open loop poles, so that many branches will be there, in the root locus. Now coming to k equal to infinity, what is k equal to infinity? The ending point of root locus. Okay, so we are substituting that k is equal to infinity, and before that we are rewriting this particular expression 1 plus g of s into h of s. When we substitute that p by q form, we are rewriting, and we are actually getting 1 by k plus n of s by d of s equal to 0, and then we are substituting k is equal to infinity. In that case we are getting n of s equal to 0. Okay, so what is n of s? N of s is numerator polynomial in open loop control system. Okay, so this n of s equal to 0 means the numerator becoming 0 means it is a 0. Okay, it is not a pole, it is a 0. So for k is equal to infinity, we are getting n of s equal to 0. That means the root locus branches are being ended. Okay, or in general the root locus is ended at zeros of open loop system. So we can see the statement. It means that the closed loop poles equals the open loop zeros. So when k is infinity, so the ending point of root locus is open loop zeros. So from the above two cases, we can conclude that root locus branches start at open loop poles and end at open loop zeros. Now two more properties: angle condition and magnitude condition. See, when we have a root locus, there may be multiple points on the branches of root locus. We can verify whether a particular point is on the root locus or not. Okay, if a particular point is located on the root locus, then these two conditions satisfies. Okay, so we can cross check, we can verify whether a point is lying on the root locus or not by using these two statements, by using these two properties. Okay, so what is a characteristic equation? 1 plus g of s into h of s equal to 0. So if you take 1 that side, it becomes minus 1, and the imaginary part is 0. If you calculate the phase angle of this becomes, what is the phase angle of a complex number? Tan inverse b by a. So here b is 0, a is minus 1. We are going to get tan inverse of 0. So what is tan inverse of 0? 2n plus 1 pi. So pi is 180, 2n plus 1 is an odd number, so it is an odd multiple of 180. So this is the angle condition, and coming to the magnitude condition. So already we have the complex number, that is -1 plus 0, j into 0. When we take the magnitude, it becomes square root of a square plus b square, it becomes 1. So the magnitude condition states that the magnitude should be unity. Okay, so if these two conditions, if any one of these condition is satisfied, automatically the other will be satisfied. By that we can conclude that a given point is located on the root locus. Okay, thank you.